Hey guys, I have asked you all recently about what video idea out of two you would want to see first. And out of the decision between Sheppy Sway and Ryth, most of you have decided that I should talk about Ryth first. And I am someone who always listens to their community. So, welcome to the Ryth video. This is gonna be very exciting since his content obviously has a few problems that I need to discuss. But before I begin, it's time for the shoutout. And today's shoutout goes to Friendly Fire. He's an up and coming commentary YouTuber with whom I've also collaborated with. He puts a lot of effort into what he does, so I really recommend checking his channel out. And with that, let's begin. Okay, normally we will begin with a look at the channel description, but there is a little problem with that, and that problem is that the description has the same amount of substance as DJ Loves Turbo's content in general. It just says subscribe and nothing else. Kinda lazy if you ask me. But anyways, since there is nothing to say about the description, let's just get directly into the thumbnails. And here's the exact opposite at play. You know, I gave Guy a lot of criticism for using a lot of sex baiting in his thumbnails. Well, it's the same deal as with Ryth, but worse. There is a lot of thirst bait and sex baiting on the thumbnails, which is highly inappropriate considering that he has a child audience, and he has also acknowledged that in the past. I was also a bit curious and looked through his old thumbnails to see if they were a bit better than today, since also Guy's thumbnails were also good back in the day. Needless to say, but I was very wrong. He even had full-on Roblox porn in the thumbnails of his old videos, and people like Willy Tato also gave him criticism for that, yet still he refuses to remove those thumbnails. He came up with an excuse for the sex bait instead in one of his more modern videos. Roll the clip for that.
Listen, there ain't nothing wrong with a little titty in the thumbnail, right? Topper Guild, I do it, Zong does it, f***ing everybody does it.
I'll be honest, that explanation he used is just pathetic. It just screams, I am happy to be in second place, I'll just follow along to earn clicks. Seriously, Ryth, you have almost 5 million subscribers, yet you still make such a statement? With an audience as big as yours and as young as yours, you should be the one who be against doing such tactics. And to be honest, people in general who have the mindset of all those others do it, so I can do it as well, do not deserve such a big platform, since it shows me that you just don't care about what you do as long as you get clicks. Also, to go a little bit further, you criticize content that is sexualized, yet you do the same thing with those thumbnails. As I've already said in my Guy video, if you criticize something, yet you do the exact same thing yourself, your argument is basically null and void, since you are being a hypocrite about it. Also, a little side note, another thing I've noticed about the thumbnails is that Ryth tends to recycle thumbnails a lot. For example, those two videos about that vegan teacher. They just have the same drawing in the thumbnail, just with a differently colored background. All I can say about this is just GG Ryth. And another thing I immediately notice about his videos in general is that they often go for 8 to 10 minutes. Most of them even being barely above 8 minutes long. You might be wondering why I point that out, right? Well, I pointed out because the YouTube threshold for a YouTube video to have mid-roll ads is around 8 minutes. Look, normally I don't have a problem with a video having mid-roll ads within them. A YouTuber needs to earn money after all. But with the videos being barely over 8 minutes, it makes me feel as if he is stretching the videos just for them to meet the YouTube threshold. That is just something I wanted to highlight real quick. But now, let's continue with the way his commentary is done in general. Oh boy, Ryth's commentary. Where do I even start? Okay, to say at least something positive, his commentary doesn't make me angry like DJ Loves Turbo's commentary, nor does it make me fall asleep like Guy's commentary. But still, his commentary just isn't good. I looked through his 5 newest videos, and his commentary in them can be barely described as commentary, and only if you squint at it the right way. Also, 3 of those 5 videos have something that I can criticize. That is an actual first, I think. So let's systematically go through through that. We will start with his newest video. It is about a Roblox rage baiter named Fendi Gaming Roblox. And in it there are two things that I have to criticize. So let's begin. The first thing is around the beginning of the video where he says this.
About how their entire YouTube channel is tapered toward young children to get rage baited on fucking Roblox.com. And in my previous video, I pretty much proved that this person's method of rage bait is obviously working.
So you acknowledge that this person is clearly rage baiting and that it is working. Guess why it is working, Ryth? It works because you and those other commentary YouTubers give that person attention. Pretty much the first rule on the internet is don't feed the troll. And by making videos on this person, who is clearly a troll, you are feeding her. Even if it is just to roast her, you are still giving her attention, which is what she wants. And this is not what you should do, even if it is tempting. If you all just ignore her, then she will go away on her own eventually. And now we get to a second point that is near the end of the video.
Well, to be fair, the only reason people like me, Steak, and Pat God act like fucking 10-year-olds is so that we can be entertaining. Like, seriously, guys, do you really think fucking Steak acts like this whenever he's not streaming? Of course not. We're just trying to entertain people.
I'll be honest, if you think that you have to act like a 10-year-old to be entertaining, I just believe that you don't think that you are actually funny, or it indicates to me that you're just doing this to entertain children in general. But you know what? You can be entertaining without acting like a 10-year-old. For example, Kristen Nark and Internet Adjacent are both entertaining without acting like 10-year-olds, and they do that by actually bringing points to the table mixed with some clever jokes and jabs at people. The second video I want to discuss is this newest video about the Stokes twins. It is for the most part just a demonstration of everything wrong with Ryth's commentary overall. So let's get to that. My problems with Ryth's commentary is that his commentary, like Ladder's commentary, is just better edited reactions. And even the roasts he makes are very bad. They are mostly very predictable jabs, like here, where he makes fun of one of the Stokes twins being overweight. Wow, that's what I call being creative. Or he will just swear a lot just for the sake of it. I'll be honest, Ryth, that isn't cool or anything. That you just swear a lot, that is just completely cringe. To say it like Ryth would, his commentary is like funny clips or EA games. But anyways, there is one clip near the end of this video that I just want to discuss real quick.
Dude, honestly, shut the fuck up with this whole subscribe bullshit. Every second that he holds the fucking dude, shut up. If people want to subscribe to you, they're gonna fucking do it.
Just a question, Ryth. What did you say again at the end of one of your newest shorts?
Anyways, you guys decide my Halloween costume. Like for this one, subscribe to that one. People want to subscribe to you, they're gonna fucking do it.
And here we have a contradiction. Seriously, Ryth, do you even listen to the stuff that you are saying? You say if people want to subscribe, they would do it, meaning that it isn't necessary to beg for likes in YouTube shorts. Yet you did the same thing around a week earlier. So basically, as I've said in the beginning, your argument is basically done right there because you're being a hypocrite about what you criticize. Or at least you're showing a double standard. I seriously don't get it how those bigger commentary channels don't notice when they do the thing that they criticize. Another form of commentary Ryth does is shorts commentary, which is honestly a genre that shouldn't have taken off. Ryth's shorts commentary is honestly just worthless. It has no substance at all, it is just consisting of petty jabs, and it has so many sound effects that most people will get a headache. It is not even worth really discussing so much. But anyways, that should be it for the commentary part, and now we get to how he milks his video topics. And there is quite a bit to say about that. So I should explain, I personally think that making multiple videos on a topic is okay, but there are two criteria that should be followed. 1. Make sure that they are about something new each time, and 2. Don't milk a topic. Like, making 3 to 5 videos on a topic is okay and all, but everything above that just isn't okay, unless it is an all-out series, like like Correx Kenshin's Spooky Scary Sundays. So Ryth has a few playlists that show how many videos he did on certain topics, and I can already see the problems with that. But still, thanks Ryth for making my job easier. He made 11 videos on OnlyFans girls, 8 videos on Meowba. Also, what the fuck is that thumbnail again? That is just gross. 13 videos on PNG tubers, 21 videos on Darman, Jesus Christ. 16 videos on Karens, of course, and 9 videos on Gacha Life. He also, by my own count, made over 20 videos on Spice Kings, and he made 16 videos on Shabby Sway. I think we can agree that he really likes to milk a topic dry from the things that I just listed. To show how repetitive he does those videos, we will get to his videos on Shabby Sway. Let me make this clear. I really hate Shabby Sway. He's an absolute bastard and has nothing redeeming to him. And about Ryth's videos on him, to be very honest, the first 5 videos were fine. He always covered something new and it was even pretty well presented. And the interview that he did with Shappy was honestly the best video that Ryth made in my opinion. And if it would have been the last video on Shappy, meaning that it would have served as a finale to that whole saga, it would have been great. I mean, for 2 of the people in the interview, Beto999 and MK, it was the last video they did on Shappy. But generally Beto and MK are on the better side of modern commentary. I actually like their content. But unfortunately for Ryth and Glider Guy, because of course, it wasn't the end. They just continued to make video after video on Shappy, with those videos getting consistently more repetitive as they went on. Videos that said in the title that Shappy got worse didn't show in any way how he could have gotten worse. It was just Ryth reacting to some clips from Shabby Sway, and that's it. And also, one remark that Ryth made in his newest video on Shappy actually made me laugh out loud, because it is just an analogy for how repetitive his Shabby Sway videos are. Roll the clip.
I'm gonna be completely honest here, I sense this shit from over a fucking mile away.
I'll be honest, it is just funny that he even says that he exactly expected what would happen in the video. And there is one more thing I want to discuss about that video, and that is this clip.
Is this gonna be another one of these videos that's gonna basically be like the Mr. Incredible meme? Just fucking watch, dude. I know that there's gonna be some bullshit happening.
I'll be honest, I don't know how you can't expect the grossing to be happening. Especially since you've said about another short from Shabby Sway that you sensed a perverted part from a mile away. And now you want to act as if you wouldn't know something like this would happen? I really hope that you just attempted a bad joke. But anyways, that is all I wanted to say on him milking content. I could make it a bit longer by talking about all the other sagas he has, but that would pad the video out way too much. So let's jump right to the conclusion, shall we? In conclusion, Ryth is someone who does commentary purely for the money and for clicks. He pads out videos to 8 minutes to get ad revenue, he clickbaits his audience with sexual thumbnails and he excuses it very badly. He milks content dry and his commentary can even be barely described as commentary. I honestly didn't think that a YouTuber this big would be this down bad for clicks, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised by anything at this point. Honestly a shame. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I will now credit the people who helped behind the scenes. Thank you Clan2008, Indominus Pack, Spino Blue, Spinozilla 2005 and Unfortunate for making the character stills. Thank you Flame Plasmanian for making my channel's intro. Thank you Gator Boy for making the official Cretaceous Critiques logo. Thank you Draken and Indominus Pack for making my channel's profile picture. And thank you Draken for making my thumbnail border. And again, go subscribe to Friendly Fire. He really deserves all subscribers that he can get. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join the Discord, link in the description. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay cold and goodbye.